Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, and let's hope it's more adventure than misadventure today. If you watch my friend Carrie the Crafter, then you've seen his color challenges, and I did the first one, which was olive green and ice blue, and the second one he did was Tuscan red and navy blue, and I actually have those two colors, which is good. So I'm going to do that challenge. I'm going to try to use some different techniques, but I am going to start with the credit card or, smoothing card or whatever card you want. As you can see, I don't clean mine off in between like Carrie does. Mine's turning into a piece of art on its own, actually. I'm going to start just by covering up this. I'm not a fan of Now, some of the pages that I use in this series will be ones that I don't like, and some are just going to be whatever I found closest to me. This one was actually, I used the back of it as drop paper, although I didn't get it very dirty, which is good. You're a total babe. Oh my word. Yeah, that's yeah, this must be for teenagers or something. I don't know. We need darker. We need to cover this up. Carrie, if you watch Carrie, he looks at the color wheel. I do not have a physical copy of the color wheel. I just kind of do what I think looks alright. And sometimes it'll coordinate with the color wheel, and sometimes you'll be like, what are you thinking, lady? But it's okay. It's all okay. Because in the end, let's hope it looks good. We'll see. Now, navy blue is blue, so, aqua is going to be nearest it. And, of course, green is opposite. Oh, where's my... Oh, of course not. Why would it be here when I actually remember to use it? Oh, well. Do you know what I'm looking for? Because I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Well, let's just use some olive green then, since I don't know where my wasabi is. So I'll just use some my olive green, which I like olive green with, if I can get some out, that'd be great. Let's use this, just kind of sponge it on there, I guess. Of course, I didn't clean this sponge, so... And like I said, I wanted to use some other things than just the card. So, but crusty sponge might not be ideal. Apparently, I need to make some more olive green paint. All right, that should be enough. Oh my goodness. This is the the cool olive green that has more of a blue. Because I also made one that is a little bit more on the warm side because I used yellow. And black. Oh, look, my sponge is falling apart. That's fun. I'm still just trying to get rid of the words. Well, some words showing through, but the pink. The pink I really want to get rid of. Okay, whoops. See, I'm pouncing on my table. And so I have a pile of stuff over there that is, didn't I put that up there? Thought I did. That is going to fall. Let's just put it that way. There's a pile that is on its way to falling. I'm going to pause while I dry this real quick because I want to keep the texture that's there. And also I didn't want to blend too much the color that I'm going to put on next, which I think will be the navy blue. And this is cream coat navy blue, which I actually had navy blue. Not as dark of a blue as I like. I actually like an even darker blue than that. And I'm going to take this grocery bag and just going to get it on there, spread out a little bit. And then I'm just going to use the grocery bag to just get some good texture there. In our background and get some blue back there. You could use a smaller piece. It would probably be easier. But, you know, just getting some of that back there. I keep it crumpled just a little bit better, but there we go. Nice loud arting. And just safely put that in the trash. I just found my pack of paper I've been using from. Okay, we still have some pink on here. Not loving the pink. It's not horrible. Some pinks are better than other pinks in this case. I want to put some more of this unbleached titanium. I usually try to buy paints when they're on sale. Let's see. What can I use next? All right, let me spread this out. If you watch my, let me do this too a little bit. My blue's not dry, so it's going to mix in with the blue a little bit. And I'm going to lose some of my marks I just made, but that's all right. I'm going to cut this down. I got this at the thrift store. I don't know exactly what you're supposed to use it for, but I'm using it for texture. You know, look at the thrift store and see what kind of stuff you can find. It's going to be a little blotchy, but it's going to give me some texture and some lighter spots. Lightening up the areas where it's really dark, which is good. I have not even covered the whole back of this yet, which I kind of want to. So I'm kind of starting a little early with the texture, but we'll see. Maybe the back will go away eventually as I continue to add more. Plus I can go in and, you know, work on those places. Specifically, I'm going to pause while I dry this with my heat gun. Okay, now I'm going to come in with a little bit of gesso. This is just the Crafter's Workshop gesso. It's a little bit thicker than the other gesso that I have. I don't really want to get that in my... I'm going to get a brush that's a little bit cleaner. Just getting one of my rough brushes. And then I want to take some off. And then I'm just going to, especially where there's still some of the background showing, I'm just going to come in and smudge it around, pounce it, smudge it, I don't know. And if there's places here where there's still a lot of that green showing through, even though I used kind of that green, I don't want it to overpower it. This is why I kind of want, oh, now I've got some over here. Where's my big brush? It's just a little faster with the big brush. And the thing about using a big brush is you get a little bit more random stuff happening. And I need some more paint. Just sticking it over here on my index card. And I'm taking some off. I put some on, I take some off. And that way I get a light layer, but enough to camouflage the that pink. Oh, that I didn't take it off. Take it off. It's all right. If it's too white, I have ways to fix that. You know. I mean, I don't know what the rules are, but I'm using more than just paint. I'm going to use some inks today. I think last time I just used paint, which is good. You can just use paint. You can use your stencils. I'm going to use, hopefully, some stamps. Because I don't know, who doesn't have stamps? I think a lot of us have stamps. They don't always get used. So, let's see, just a little bit pink. Too much. There we go. I think I got most of the pink fairly covered in there. That makes me happy. What I might even do now... Well, I'm going to dry it. I'm going to pause and dry it. And now I have, the closest thing I have to Tuscan red is red geranium, and then I have cobalt. I also have sepia, so I don't know. We'll see. But the red geranium and the cobalt. So I think I will use the red geranium maybe with my, this used to be a big stamp and I cut it out just to get this piece because I hated the squared off edges, and this way I can just use this piece, which is the piece I like. And if I can, oh, let's see. Oh, I had a, here we go. I'm just going to use this. And I'm going to need to tape, not tape, glue. Yeah, it's really gross on the back. Don't look at the back. You'll be traumatized. That way I can get a little bit more, I don't usually do that, but I'm going to use the red for this one. And I may end up having to use my fingers after all. Do I have a direction on this? Not really. And it doesn't really matter because I don't know what direction it's going to end up with. Well, that didn't come out very well. Well, let me take it off of there. And also, let me cover this. It just looks gross. You don't want to see it. And I don't want to touch all that glue. Let's try again. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, that just means it looks a little bit more distressed. But this is like, this was like one of the first stamps I ever got. So, but we are getting some red in here now. Yay! Just trying to make it look like I used the bigger stamp. Oh, kitty, oops, that went crooked. You know what? Let's just be more random then. Oh my goodness, there goes paper. That's what happens. You pound on things. Nope, for some reason, the middle of this stamp, do things always go the way you want them to? No, they don't. Carrie will tell you that, too. Carrie the Crafter, if you don't watch him, why not? There we go. I wasn't pressing in the middle. See, user error. Got to watch out for user error. There's 3 there for you. Whoops, I went off. It's all right. I'm just going off now. You know, just making it random. I like things kind of up and down and across, but sometimes life gives you life tells you otherwise. Sometimes you're just not paying enough attention, and then you got to take what you get. Put that over the pink a little bit. Maybe it will. Now, the pink's not a bad thing because, you know, pink is going to be near red on the color wheel. So it's not bad to have a little bit of pink in here. And pink's not a bad color. Don't let people tell you otherwise. There's a place for pink. I mean, a pink Gerber daisy is just as pretty as any other daisy. All right, now I'm using the cobalt. And I got to remember not to do this on here because that's what happens. All right. Now, I don't like how squared off the edges are, so I will probably come back in again with, you know, to fade out those edges a little bit with some gesso or some of that bleached titanium or something. Something will happen. I'm just trying to get an underlayer of interest because this is not going to be the top. This is an underlayer of interest. And I had a lot of like kind of squarey stuff in the background, so I'm trying to get a little bit more of the not squarey. What is this? This is more arabesque. Is that what that is? I don't remember. My friend was making that. Probably even like it better when I don't use the whole thing. All right, so there's that. And my very white gesso is not working great for me. So I'm going to pull out my vintage photo only because I want it to be a distress ink, and they don't have coffee in the distress ink. I actually prefer the coffee. That is looking orangey. Oh, I might have used, I didn't make sure that was cleaned off before I used it, and it's possible that I used something else. But since we're using Tuscan red, a little oranges Not terrible. Just kind of putting it here and there, and make sure I get some in the middle too. And the anything I put on here wet, like I could do this. I could, oh, there we go. If I spray a little bit on it, it's just gonna do a little something. A little something, something. Okay, let's do like I did the other day and just go. You have to make the sound. It's important. Alright, so you can kind of see where it got mottled from the water, which is fun. It looks a big hot mess, I know. Let me dry it so I can move on to a next layer. If you don't love it, all that means is that you're not done with it yet. I'm going to try to use the unbleached titanium again. And I'm going to use my brayer. Try to coat my brayer. And then I'm going to do like a skip technique, I think it's called. And I'm just kind of going lightly, and then I'll down, and then kind of, you know, just kind of skip along, just kind of touch down here and there. Yeah, I have less paint on it now, so I'm touching down a little bit more and whatnot. And the hope is that I will push some of that back, make it a little bit less busy. Hope, that's the hope. Man, I got some busyness going on here. Alright, I need, oh, I don't have like a sponge. Like Carrie sponges. I mean, I probably do if I look around. Where's my pouncer I used the other week? I don't know. Well, when you don't have what you need, you improvise. I'm going to take a tissue. Because not everybody has a sponge on hand when they're doing this, right? Let me start in the corner. Okay, yeah, I just want to soften around some of this. Take out some of the hard lines. Like, I don't have a full-on one anywhere except for here, so I want to kind of push that back a little bit. And it's really white over there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. But and then take away this harsh line here. And then kind of blend over here. Got a lot of green still showing through here. Okay. Alright, I'm going to dry this again, only because I'm going to use some stencils. What stencils? I don't know, because guess what? I don't even know where my stencils are right now. So, we're going to use whatever, I mean, I know where they are. They're all packed. No, I haven't unpacked everything yet. Okay, I was going to say something right when I came back. Oh, yeah, it's only been 2 weeks, and no, I'm not unpacked yet. That's just crazy talk right there. Boy, I wish I knew where my stencil brush is right now, or a sponge, but I don't. Alright, so I'm going to take some Tuscan Red. I need to get myself a thing like Carrie has. Do you know what I'm saying? Alright, let's just... Is this one I use for paint? No, I don't know what happened to the ones I use for paint, but I use these for paint sometimes. And I just use it like Carrie uses a sponge. Alright, you know, I don't have to go straight with this. I know that's my want. It's usually where, you know, what calls to me. Do a straight up and down, but I don't have to. And if you don't get too, well, see, it went through there, because I got a little too much. But like Carrie does, I also like to not use the same part of the stencil in every place either. I still got too much. We're not going to worry about it. We're just gonna get some color on here. Some of this Tuscan red. And of course, the less paint I have, a little bit more shows through, which is not a bad thing. That's kind of, you know, fun, good, all the things. Put little blips and blops here and there. The inside of that. I'm trying to use some larger stencils mixed with some smaller stencils for that variety. You don't want to use all the same size stencil. That's the only thing I know. So now I'll come in with some more red, I think, and do some dots, because I just don't have a lot of red. It's good if you put the brush side down and not the plastic side down. It works better that way, just in case you were wondering. See, I feel like I don't have enough, but then I have too much. See, had too much. Thought I didn't have too much, then I had too much. All right. And now it's on the back. That probably should take care of first. All right, I'm going to go where it's like really some lights. Still doing it. You know what? I don't care. Oh, look, we got some numbers. Let's get some more numbers. Just random. Sometimes I like it better if I do random, so I might as well just do some random. And this brush holds a lot, so if I just don't keep going back in and out, I'll be fine and dandy. All right, got some good amount of Tuscan red on there now. I don't always use paint on those. Let's see, we know Carrie usually does some, metallic too, right? I will probably do some metallic first, though. I'm going to do some navy blue, which might end up looking purple if I use the same brush. Do I want to use the same brush? Don't know. Or if I used ink, I wouldn't have to worry about it going through. Well, that'll be fine. Alright, we got small dots, and we're going to have big dots, and we're going to overlay the dots, because why not? We can do that. Overlay some dots. Gotta remember, I don't need to go back into the ink every time. Come in here, kind of in between these three, so they're not, like there's a stamp here, a stencil here, stencil over here, and a stamp there, so these dots, you know, now they're not orphans, now they're family. We are family. Gonna unorphan some over here. The orphan term I got from Tara Jacobson, Artsy Fartsy Life. So, I mean, with stenciling, it's okay if you got a few orphans here and there. But if you ever like feel like things are kind of lost, and it just may be that they're kind of orphaned and just need to be brought together. All right, so we have this. Got some Tuscan red, navy blue on the top. We like that. Should we do a few little X's here and there? Why not? We got it. We got it out. Oh, I wanted to do some metallic too, right? Holds a lot of paint, I'm telling ya. And can't say there's not navy blue and Tuscan on here. All right, what do I want to do with metallic? I wonder if I just splatter it with metallic, maybe. Also, where's any metallic? Is that gold? That's gold. A little gold. Let's do a little bit of gold. I'm just going to turn this over and use the bottom part because it's the only piece of plastic I've got sitting here right now. That's what I do. Ooh, I just had an idea too, because I got the 2 different size circles. I may put a third size circle. Okay, well this is got white gesso in it, and now it's all weird, and might make actually an interesting splatter. So let's say it's not a gold splatter, but it's a splatter, so it's all good. It's raining. It's raining gesso gold. Okay. And I know, Carrie is so much cleaner and neater than I am. And we love him for it. I'm a little more messy and quirky. Let's get some big circles in here. Because 3 sizes, small, medium, and large. It's not coming off on there. Hold on. I don't need the full, oh, that did come on a full-on circle. Look at that. I don't need it to be full. Oh, man, I'm like dripping stuff down here now. Oh, my goodness. All right, I still want some gold, though. Let me try this and do something with gold. I'll figure it out. All right, as I was drawing it, I did come through with this and smoosh out some of the really big ones. And for the gold, I think I'm going to come back to my handy dandy card. Started with the card, ending with the card. And the gold, I had the gold. The gold. Is that what fell? No. Do you guys know where I put the gold? Oh, that shouldn't be open. Wow, I lost the gold. How? Because it's right there in front of me. Oh, my word. Y'all don't know. You don't know the struggle I've had. I can never find what's right in front of me. All right. Too much on the edges there. I don't want it. I just want to do some lines. That's where my gold's coming in. I don't know why I start on the edges like that, but I do. All right, let's come in here some and do some mark making with her card and some color. Just random. You do 2, you could do 3, you could do 5, you could do 6, you could do 9, you could do, I don't know, however many you want. My paper's curling up here a little bit. And you can go, that's not what I want though. I'm just gonna wipe that right off. And come back in again and have it be a little less gloppy. It needs to be smoother, that's the problem. And we can come through and go the other way. And you can even come through and do some X's, which would be repeating another pattern because we do have some X's. I just don't want to. And I don't have to. So, some little gold mark making, and I think that's just the little added pizzazz we needed, right? You think? I think that's bringing it together a little bit, maybe? Am I hoping too much? There we go. Now with the splatters and those plus signs in there, it almost looks a little bit like stars, which I could turn them into stars. I don't want to. I don't even want them all to look like plus signs, but I don't mind where they cross over. But if I add another line, it'll be less plus signy and more. Getting a little red in here too. That's all right. We can do that. We can do whatever we like. That's the jingle bells. All right. If I keep going, it'll probably overdo it a little bit. I'm going to come in on my corners. Just come in and do my corners a little bit with some of this extra maybe. The corners are a little bland. Nope, that's not working. How about that? Oh, there we go. Just kind of, how much more can I mess this up? Let's see. The card would not be the ideal way to add a little gold to your corners. Anything else would probably be better because you don't have as much control, which is kind of what I want. So there we go. Tuscan red and navy blue. And that is my color challenge. Definitely seeing the Tuscan red and navy blue with some splashes of gold. And we still have hints of the green back there. There's a little bit of hint of the stamping that I did. Not a lot. It's just kind of there. as background. It's just there as a mood, as ambiance. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have not watched Carrie the Crafter, go watch him. He's got a playlist with the color challenge of the videos that he's done, and I'll make a playlist too with the color challenge. I hope you all have a delightful day. Love you.